Hello everyone, welcome to FTE. Feel the English, feel the fragrance of learning. Today we are going to present short literary biography of Geoffrey Chaucer, one of the greatest literary figure in the English literature, who made a great contribution in the development of English literature and language. Geoffrey Chaucer, 1340 to 1480. Introduction. Geoffrey Chaucer, the greatest literary figure of the 14th century English literature, has a great contribution in the development of the English language and literature that due to his influence the period of his life has been titled as the Age of Chaucer in English literary history. He reflected his age in literature as no other but great Shakespeare has ever done. He was born about 1340. His father's name was John Chaucer, who was a vintner of the Thomas Street, London, and his mother was probably Agnes. At the age of 16, Chaucer became page to the wife of Lionel, the Duke of Clarence. In 1359, he went with the king's army to France, where he was captured but ransomed before the Treaty of Bretigny in 1360. On his return to England, Chaucer became an esquire of the king's bedchamber. Refreshment of thoughts, imagination, and experience. Between the years 1368 and 1387, Chaucer made several official journeys to Flanders, France, and Italy. He was a successful diplomat. These journeys to the different places offered him to meet and observe different people of different background, manners, fashion, and culture. He acquired a great experience on the nature of man, men and women, or mankind. He observed and analyzed various situations, people, officials, and places, and these observations inserted a clean and pure concept into him about life. The experiences he gathered in him during his journeys used in literary creation later on, which we clearly find in his greatest narrative and representative poetry, his masterpiece, the Canterbury Tales. The Canterbury Tales is the collection of stories of different people from the different socio-economic background and profession gathered in the same place of Canterbury to visit the relics of Saint Thomas Becket in the Canterbury Cathedral. Chaucer has greatly presented each and every character with reflection in the form of poetry. His characterization and plot making are excellent and real. The characters are real, full blooded, and active in their situations. Chaucer has revealed the whole English society of his age through his characterization, versification, and expression of situations according to the nature of characters. He has given the taste of imagination in the real stories. He was a very keen and deep observer of human nature and passion. The Canterbury Tales is the poetry where Geoffrey Chaucer has reflected the different people from the different professions and socio-economic background, and his characterization is just excellent and amazing. He has expressed the real stories of people not the imagination, but with the taste of imagination in the form of poetry. His characterization and versification is excellent, and his use of language and vocabulary is in the very modern form. Chaucer's traveling or journeys to the different places enabled him to know the status, nature, passion, also personal life sometimes of different people that led him to create such a masterpiece like the Canterbury Tales. Knight, lawyer, doctor, cook, sailor, housewife, clerk, merchant, and so on. The every type and category of people have been analyzed with a complete sense of reality and fact. All the literary qualities, humor, pathos, irony, satire, have been introduced in the single work. Chaucer was the mouthpiece of his age. Chaucer as the father of English poetry. Geoffrey Chaucer is rightly called the father of English poetry as he has paved the way to the world for the future or upcoming poetic generation. The art of poetry. He founded English language and poetry alike, or star. Albert calls him the earliest of the great moderns because he imparted modernity to English language and poetry, and it is through him that its free secular spirit first expressed itself in our poetry. Matthew Arnold opines, with him is born our real poetry. He was rightly recognized during the Renaissance as the father of English poetry. Chaucer made a great contribution, making the way for the future generation of poets by teaching the art of poetry, which he first experimented with his great characterization, narration, and versification in the form of the Canterbury Tales. His characterization also paved the way for the future novelists, the art of novel writing. G.K. Chesterton calls him the grandfather of the English novel, as he taught the art of characterization and plot making that the novelists that came centuries later used in their novels. The technique of plot making, characterization, giving life to the character. Chaucer founded the English poetry in the shape of truth and reality, reflecting the society in a single holy gathering of different people, and has taught the art of decorating of verses, importing imagination and evoking the emotion and feeling. So Geoffrey Chaucer is really the father of the English poetry. Before him, we find no any poet that impressed our mind, completely. Now, Chaucer's contribution to the English language. What is the contribution of Chaucer in the development of English language? What is his work in the development of this field? In the development of the modern English language, William Shakespeare and Dr. Samuel Johnson made a great contribution. Shakespeare by his poems, plays, and the appropriate use of vocabulary in his writings, and Dr. Johnson by his dictionary. In the same way, Chaucer made a remarkable contribution in the development of the modern English language by his versification and selection of language, conserving the modern form of the English language in his hand to be developed. In his age, there were many dialects in the English language spoken over England, in the different places of England, and most of them were complex and unsystematic in grammar and syntax. The major dialects of the English language were the Southern dialect, the Midland or East Midland dialect, the Northern or Northumbrian dialect, the Kentish. Out of those four major dialects, the Midland or the East Midland dialect was popularly spoken in London and its surrounding area. Chaucer chose the Midland dialect to produce his writings, and thus the Midland dialect was conserved in the form of poetry or literature. The dialect was easy in grammar and syntax and also systematic. Later on, Chaucer's use of the dialect laid the foundation of the modern English language. That is why Lowell opines, Chaucer found his English a dialect and left it a language. He chose not only the right dialect but the right language, right kind of language, that is English, as there were other languages in trend like Latin and French. Chaucer also composed his verses almost in the very modern form of English. Thus, he made a notable contribution to the English language and literature, and he is the father of English poetry, as he showed the way of creating poetry in a great and popular form. He is also the father of English novel, as he paved the way for the future novelist or upcoming novelist by his great art of characterization and plot making in his greatest ever art, the poetry, the Canterbury Tales, that tells everything about Chaucer's characterization, his imagination, versification, plot making, and summarizing, and his use of standard vocabulary. Conclusion. Chaucer passed away in 1480 and was buried in the Poet's Corner. He has left the world making his life meaningful, revealing the human nature and social customs through his various professional characters in the Canterbury Tales. Canterbury Tales. He paved the way for the development of English language and literature. He was a genius, a successful diplomat, a traveler, an official, a great official, and the father of English literature and language, as he paved the way for the art, paved the way for the future generation of poets, teaching the art of poetry, and also he taught the art of characterization and plot making, and paved the way for the novelist. So Geoffrey Chaucer made a notable contribution in the English literature and also language. He selected the right kind of language out of French, Latin, and other languages which were in trend at the time. He chose the right kind of language, that is English, and also chose the right kind of dialect out of the four dialects: the Southern dialect, the Midland or East Midland dialect, the Northern dialect or the Northumbrian dialect, and the Kentish. Out of these four dialects, he chose the right kind of dialect, that is the East Midland or Midland dialect, which was very easy and systematic in grammar and syntax, that is the pattern of sentences. The pattern was easy and understandable. The system was very systematic in the dialect, and this dialect was mainly spoken popularly by the people of London and its surrounding area. So the dialect had also a, an way, a weight of the officials, as London was the literary hub and political hub for that time, for the England, for England at time. So in this way, Chaucer made a great contribution, choosing not only the right kind of dialect but also choosing the right kind of language, and decorating his imagination in the form of verses, and decorating his characterization, integrating his whole life experiences through traveling, through traveling uh, to different places through his journeys. He has uh, integrated his experiences in the creation of verses. He observed the different people of different nature and professions and status in the single gathering, that is the Holy Canterbury Cathedral, and he made such a great masterpiece, the Canterbury Tales. And for this, no one can forget the contribution of Geoffrey Chaucer. This is Geoffrey Chaucer who made the foundation of English language and literature. That is why we must consider him as the not only the father, he is the forefather of English language and literature, because he founded the English language. He found the English language brick and left it a marble. So, this is the short literary biography of Geoffrey Chaucer. I hope you liked this video and you have learned something from this presentation. So please don't hesitate to give a thumbs up, and also please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon for get regular updates, and also please share with your friends, because sharing is caring, and please keep supporting. Have a nice day. God bless you. May God bless you. Goodbye.